All right, all right, all right. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your man got her dots back with another episode. How you doing, Miss Murph? Hope everybody's having a very good week. We're almost to the weekend, y'all. Almost to the weekend. A little bit of housekeeping before we kind of jump into things. There will be some shows next week, but the schedule will be kind of different due to the 4th holiday. Brother, taking some time off and kicking, relaxing, and kind of getting away from the world and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I still will be doing a show or two next week. Most definitely. Yeah, brother need a break, man. Brother need a break. I work hard. I work hard. But yes, let's go ahead and get into it. I'm not gonna hold you here long. We'll be starting off with some NBA news, and then we'll be covering a breaking story out of the NFL off the field for those who are not aware, but we will be getting to that on the back end of the show. But I want to start off with the NBA news. You saw the thumbnail. Yeah, this happened. NBA draft is concluded. Second round concluded earlier this evening. And the biggest news coming out, I would say this. The biggest storyline going into the NBA draft is where, with Bronny James, son of LeBron James, where would he be drafted? Most of the pundits and stuff, we're going to talk about it. Most of the pundits had Bronny going to the Lakers in the second round at the 55th pick. And, it happened that way, y'all. I just say this happened this way. And I've heard a lot of commentary in regards to the Lakers picking Bronny James, and it was this talk of nepotism, and he got it. He got drafted in the second round due to him being the son of LeBron James. And I will say this for those critics who complain about the nepotism in regards to Bronny James. This nepotism is not a new thing in the NBA. Sometimes, guys get jobs, players get drafted due to their relation to certain people in certain organizations. And, it's nothing, I would say there's nothing wrong with that. If you can, get somebody on just by simply being related to you, I don't see a issue with it. It's not like Bronny James is a complete scrub. I don't think that in the least. But when I look at him being a 6'3" guard, how does he fit into the Lakers rotation? I think we're going to see Bronny James maybe start out the season on the active roster, but it wouldn't surprise me if he starts out the season playing in the G League. He's going to need some time to work on his game, get it to an NBA level. Just because you're LeBron James' son doesn't mean, I hope people are not penciling Bronny in for the starting lineup for the Lakers this upcoming season. Like I said, I do think he has an opportunity, should have an opportunity to possibly, make the active roster start now. But I predict, and this is my prediction, I think he starts out in the G League, eventually gets brought up to play for the main roster. And I think he's equipped more so than any other player coming into the league. I would say I think he's more equipped to handle the scrutiny that's going to come along with it, because people like me and other people who cover sports and other people who watch the game are going to be closely watching his development, just for the simple fact of, you're LeBron James' son and the pressures that come along with that. It would be no different if it was the son of Michael Jordan, it was the son of another, dominant Hall of Fame caliber, Mount Rushmore player. Your son coming in, whether he gets to play in during the time that you're still in the league. And I think that's a beautiful thing when you kind of look at it. Like I said, I think Bronny's prepared for the scrutiny. It's only so much. I think expectations are low, but that doesn't mean that people are still not going to be watching what you do, how you play, in the minutes that you do get out there on the floor. But I think he's, prepared for it. He's been living under a microscope since he decided he wanted to be a basketball player. They followed him all through high school, followed him in his one season in college. Um, so I think he's well equipped to deal with the pressure that comes along with being LeBron James' son. But I think it'll be a not only a historic moment, but I think it'll be a very beautiful moment. It's not too often, whether it be professional sports or even in your everyday life, where you reach a point in life where not only hold on, I knew the good brother was gonna come up. Hold on, speak. All right, but I think it's going to be a beautiful moment. Like I said, it doesn't happen even in everyday life where you're in a position to where your son can join you doing the job that you're doing, playing, especially playing, something that you love to do, and they share that same passion with you and doing it. It's a beautiful thing. And I don't think people are going to give it that much credit because they're going to be looking at the whole nepotism thing. But I think that's going to be a beautiful moment, whether it be in garbage time or whenever. But it's going to be a beautiful moment to have him out there playing with his son. I mean, what more could you ask for as a father? As a father,
Yeah.
that, like I said, that's a moment, man. That has never happened. In the NBA, it has happened in other sports, most notably baseball. I think Ken Griffey actually played with his dad. And different circumstances, but still, that's a beautiful thing to be playing on the same team as your father. Um, thoughts on Bronny getting drafted? Speak.
Nah, I mean, I'm with it. I mean, it's a beautiful thing when a father can get his son a job. Like that's awesome.
Yeah,
But the moment when they both step on the court together, all right. But after that, it's over. Then
yeah,
it becomes all right. How good are they? Because he gonna have a target on his back anytime he get in the game. The league wants revenge for what LeBron been doing to the league for 20 years, and they gonna take it out on Bronny.
yeah. I expect him to get targeted, but I don't think I heard certain people talking about, this changes. They're gonna make moves to set Bronny up for. She's like, listen, pump your brakes, man. I like Bronny's game, but I don't see him being the face of the franchise. This is the Lakers we're talking about. Maybe if this was the Detroit Pistons, I might be having different thoughts, but this is the Lakers. I think
Yeah,
Bronny,
no.
I think Bronny has an opportunity to come in and contribute in limited minutes. I don't think it'd be stupid to think he's getting more than 10 minutes a game. At this
If
point,
that.
if that. He's going to become a part of a rotation of a playoff team, a team that's still striving to win a championship while LeBron is still there. It's pumpy breaks, man. Get used to seeing him in the warmups. If you see
Yeah.
him on, if you see him on the active roster, like I said, I think he starts the season maybe off in the G League. You see him sometime after that, but to think that Bronny's going to come in and really be competing for a starter position. What's going on, Triggs? Is stupid. And anybody that thinks that I question your intelligence of the game, to think that Bronny, a second round draft pick, and it's not many second round draft picks that stick around in the league, but let alone flourish. I think the most recent example of that maybe James Harden, of a guy who was taken in the second round, and out, he was at the top of the second round at that. Really, taking off and really making a mark on the NBA. It just doesn't happen like that. It's a lot of first round guys that flame out.
Yeah, there's a lot of first picks that flame out.
Man, like I look at the Lakers, and people talking about Bronny, the guy they drafted last year in the first round. I had to look up. He had 109 minutes of playing time, and I mean, like let that really sink in. You're talking about what, 2 games in a quarter for
Yeah,
the
nah, he
entire
going. Bronny's going to get time because it's about money. But as far as like how good is he going to be, like is Pop one of the greatest ever? You don't have a father and son duo in the NBA be one of the greatest. Either one of them is dope and the other one is or you know what I mean. But how good he's going to be, he going to be as good as he can be.
Yeah.
Like but he's not 6'9", he's not 6'3", he's 6 feet.
Well, he's listed at 6'3".
Well,
He looks about 6'1" though.
they
Honestly,
got they got Brunson listed at 6 feet.
you know how they kind of generous with the height when we talk about the NBA, but um,
But yeah, man, I think he's going to be all right. There are tons of players in the draft that's way better. Sharif Cooper is better than him, and he can't get out of the G League.
yeah,
So it's just like it's good to see. I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, father and son. Yeah, I mean, see, I'm happy. My son way better than I ever was.
yeah. Now let me ask you this, as a Celtics fan, what do you think about the moves the Knicks are making? Because I wanted to kind of segue into that, because the draft is what the draft is. There's a lot of potential, but the Knicks bringing in Mikal Bridges, and giving up Bogdanovich, and this was kind of tripped me out. 4 first-round picks. Yeah, I
That's a
guess.
lot. You
Yeah,
mortgage in the future. Whew.
and I like adding Bridges to the mix, especially when they bring him back OG. But I don't know if I would have gave up 4 first rounders for him, dude. I don't, maybe 2, because I mean you traded Bogdanovich in his contract, but maybe 2 first rounders, maybe. I mean, I like Bridges' game. I think he's going to fit in nicely with what the Knicks do in their playing style, but the 4 first rounders, you usually trade those number of picks for like transcendent players. I just don't,
Right.
what's going on, Get a Girl? I hope you enjoyed your vacay. You've been MIA, but and what's going on? Ziggo edits. Bronny is ass. I mean, Bronny. My expectations are low for Bronny as far as his development the first couple of years, because he's not going to get that much burn. He's going to get some, but it's not going to be. We talking about him being a key contributor in a playoff win. I don't see that happening. He might make this end of the season roster, but that's about it. But back to the Knicks. I think the Knicks are loading up for a serious run. If I had to break it down, second best team in the East right now. Bringing back OG, bringing in Bridges. It looks like they're really developing a roster to combat the Boston Celtics, and rightfully so. They're the defending champions for a reason, and they're not going anywhere as far as the East is concerned. I like the move for Bridges. I just don't like giving up 4 first rounders for him, though. I just don't.
I mean, but Bridges is still young, and you know when you giving up first round picks like that, you know that you're going to be a decent team. You're going to be picking high in the 20s in the first round anyway, because
Yeah.
you're a playoff team. So they like, look, we so good, it ain't going to be no lotteries. So we just going, they going all in, and they young. That's what I like about the Knicks. Like
Yeah.
they don't got no old dudes that could leave at any time. They're young, and if it all works, if it all gels, they still missing something though, because I don't think you can count on Brunson. He's too small.
Well, I think this is what I like with the addition of Bridges. Not only he's a good defender, but he's a guy that can go get his own shot. And you kind of saw where the Knicks kind of struggled in the playoffs. It was too dependent on Brunson not only setting up the offense but getting his.
Right.
I think you bring in Bridges, a guy who was can go out there and get you 20 plus a night on a consistent basis and play real good defense. And it's a shot creator. I think shot creation is a very underrated skill when you look at NBA teams being successful. Because you look at Boston, they had guys that can, with the exception of Al Horford, Drew can go get his shot. Jason can go get his shot. Jalen can go get his shot. Derek White can go get his shot. Porzingis can get his shot. Shot create. You need guys that when the offense breaks down, I can create something and get a good look out of it. I'm not dependent on a system, being able to put me in position to have points. And like I said, I like the addition of Bridges. You bringing back OG, a full season of him, because I think if he hadn't got hurt, maybe that Pacers series would have ended a little bit differently. Who knows? But I think this takes the pressure off Jalen to have to go out there, get 20 plus a night, but also, set other guys up. You got guys that can put the ball into the hole, and Bridges just this adds to that. I think the Knicks right now, to me, second best team in the NBA. Second best team of
Damn,
the
you
NBA.
giving them that?
I mean, when you look at the landscape, you got a guy, Brunson, who is a proven playoff guy. Let's start there. Bridges can give you 20 a night. I like what OG brings to the game. And think about the Knicks. No Julius Randle for a large chunk of last season.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
if you bring back Randle, he's healthy. You keep Hardenstein on his deal. I mean, that's a tough lineup because you're talking about Brunson All-Star, Bridges, All-Star caliber, OG, All-Star potential, Julius Randle, previous All-Star. You got four guys, and that's not counting DiVincenzo, who's a very good player, not counting Josh Hart, who's a very good player. When you look at how the rest of the league is kind of moved, like the Knicks have been aggressive in making moves. Now, I think Paul George, where he ends up deciding to go, could tip the scales and change that entire conversation. But right now, I look at the Knicks as Gary Girl says, calm down. I'm just saying.
But do you got the Knicks over the Bucks?
I mean, outside of Dame Lillard, outside of Giannis, what do you have in Milwaukee? Chris
But
Middleton is the walking
Middleton is
wounded.
on his way out, but they got two superstars. And you're talking about a bunch of, stars that's on the
No,
Knicks.
you gotta put I mean, at this point, you gotta put Jalen Brunson in the by league standards. You gotta put him in the superstar conversation by how he performed.
Nah. Good player. He good, but his usage rate is too high for his height. Like you
No,
saw in the playoffs when they not giving you them calls when you drive into the lane and you on your ass and you the guy you guarding is running down the court. Your usage rate is too high. They're not giving you those calls, and you're small, which
but I
creates
mean,
matchup problems.
he still performed very well despite it. And I think having Bridges, a guy like I said, a guy who can go get his own shot. Bridges can give you 20 to 25 a night easily. Having that kind of guy on the floor, because when you watch the playoffs, it was Jalen or nothing.
Yeah, you're right, but that's because he dribbled the air out of the ball.
I
Like,
think, but he's played with a guy he worked well with Lucas. So I think Jalen can adjust his game. But I look at by league standards, by league standards. Now in the grand scheme of things, we're talking about all time. No, but in today's league, Jalen Brunson has to be looked at as a superstar player. He is a marquee player. He is a guy. Honestly, you could build a franchise around him.
I put him on the same tier as Isaiah Thomas. Little guy can go get you a lot of points, but can't guard anybody.
Well, I mean,
Too small.
he has deficiencies in it. I mean, but he has deficiency in his games. But I like what he brings on the offensive end. I think that kind of outweighs when you look at the rest of the roster. He's not going to be asked to defend the best player. That'll be Bridges. That'll be OG. That'll be Josh Hart. He's not going to be asked to expend so much energy on the defensive end. And he's not that bad of a defensive. He's not great, but he's not that bad of a defensive player. But I think with the roster that they have now, it takes the pressure off of him on the defensive end of having to guard the best backcourt player. Because you got OG, you got Bridges who can guard those guys and take that pressure off of them.
But now, when you bringing in all of these other guys that can get their shots, right? That means your usage rate goes down. So a Brunson that's usually giving you 23, 25 points a night, you drop that down to about 18 because you got to share that rock now because you got a lot of guys that can put the ball in a hole. Is he still that superstar that you calling him. Now that he got to drop his usage rate down, he
Well,
can't do all of that shooting when all of those guys on there got to eat.
no, but I still have him in that superstar category. I mean, this is for me. I still have him in that superstar category because he's a guy. If need be, I don't think he's going to have a problem with adjusting his usage rate. I mean, because he's played played alongside Luca for so long and see what that does. I think he'll be able to depend on us. But Jalen can go get 40 on any given night.
Yeah, no, I seen him do it. I seen him do it,
Yeah.
but it's just like when you shoot 30 times to get it, that's like yeah, you got to spread the wealth around. We know you can score,
But
but
I
you
think
got to
it
be a
worked for him.
facilitator.
I think, but he can't facilitate. I think too much was put on his plate. I mean, when we're talking about his usage rate went up, but you're talking about he didn't have a Julius Randle for large chunks of last season.
Yeah,
You didn't
without
have
Randall, yeah.
you didn't have you didn't have Miles Bridges. You only had OG for about 40 games, including the playoff. You only had I think he's going to be able to adjust his game, and he's still that viable of a weapon on offense that he's going to draw that attention. And I think those other guys' games will flourish. I'm just
Mm. Now I'm watching you, but I don't know about this pick. They good,
well,
but you
think
got
about
to
it like
show
this.
it.
Like Steph, like his usage rate had to go up because it wasn't guys. Clay kind of fell off. Draymond kind of fell off. I don't know where the hell Wiggins was at half the time. His usage rate, but Steph and the Warriors, like they worked well when other guys was able to kind of get their shots. But like Steph, like I can go out here and get 50 tonight if I need to, but I don't necessarily have to.
hmm
Is Jalen a go-to guy? I think Jalen is a go-to guy, Gator girl. I think he's a go-to guy. I really, that's why I kind of put him in. I don't. He's out on the court. I don't feel less confident of him being out on the court. He instills confidence in his team and his for me, I got to put him in that category.
But
I mean, how
superstar though, like that's high
based on
praise.
last season, like can you name based off of just last season 10 guys that had better seasons than him? I mean, honestly. I think I think him and the Knicks, and plus you played with these guys in college, so that's got to be factored into it. I know where your sweet spots are. I know how you like to be fed the ball. I think it makes his job a lot easier.
It could. So you giving him what, 50 wins?
I'm giving about 50 plus. They're the second best team in the East, and based on the moves, like if they bring everybody back, everybody's healthy. I mean, they match up well with just about anybody.
Hmm.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you just dismissing the Bucks like they ain't even they don't have a chip.
I mean, Doc Rivers is still the head coach, ain't
Oh fuck, I forgot. I forgot.
he?
My bad. My bad. My
Right,
bad.
brother. Yeah, brother. Of a certain age, you feel me? Like, I think the Knicks will be fresher. I think Jalen will be fresher. Because Julius Randle, hey, he's going to be a force on that team. Like I said, Miles Bridges is a guy who's been a leader, a scorer on the team. You bring back OG, you get a full season of him. I think all those guys going to play well off each other. And then, I think the Knicks as a whole got better defensively by bringing in Bridges. I like what they got. Bucks, what have you? I got to see what you do. I mean, you bring back Giannis, you bring back Dame. I mean, but you had a pretty much a full season of them, and what did it get you? The pieces around them didn't really fit what they was trying to do in Milwaukee. And then plus you got Doc Rivers as the head coach. I mean, come on.
Yeah, if he's the head coach, Doc keep a job, boy. I tell you that.
Man, Teflon. I think Doc got tapes on people, man. Like that. This dude keeps getting head coaching jobs.
Whew.
But I look at the Bucks. I mean, what are you going to do with Middleton? I mean, I know what I'm getting from Giannis. I know what I'm getting from Dame, but They had a couple of health issues down the stretch. Outside of them two, where you get? I mean, Brook Lopez is a catch and shoot guy. Good on the defensive end, but he's a catch and shoot guy. He's not a guy you're running your offense through.
No, he Brook getting old, but
Yeah,
they aging.
yeah. I mean, this is not the same Bucks team that won a championship some seasons ago. Giannis is going to be Giannis. Dame's going to be Dame. But I saw pretty much a full season of what that looks like. The Bucks didn't look dominant at any point last season. They didn't look like, yo, that's the team. That's one of them teams, right? You just like, something is off. Something is missing. What do you do with Middleton? You finally move off of. Do you get something for him possibly? Who
Yeah,
I
what
think
can you get for him? Like he
he's
pretty much
damaged goods.
used up.
Yeah, he's damaged goods. I look at with the Bucks, and we were talking about it early in the show. Shot create. I think they need another guy that's not the ball dominant, but when Giannis needs a break, when Dame needs a break, can go get their own shot. A lot of those guys are so dependent on those two guys to even get shots. And this showed. It showed you need shot creators, guys like when offense breaks down, they can go get a shot. I look at the Bucks outside of Dame and Giannis. Who's going to get buckets?
Yeah, yeah.
You was dependent on Middleton being that third guy to pick up the scoring in those dry spells, but no Middleton. Like, who do you bring in?
Yeah, and they running a totally different offense than they did when they was winning the chip.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
yeah, a lot changed over there.
yeah, Drew is not Dame, and Dame ain't Drew. I mean, like, it's a completely different team. I mean, I think the Bucks are still in the conversation for the East, but when I look at their roster as it stands, unless they make some some real good moves, you didn't get better. Dame is still Dame, Giannis is Giannis, but what you gonna do with the rest of this roster? I think you need a guy that can go get you 15 consistently, and get his own shot. We talked about that with the Dallas Mavericks. You had Kyrie and Luka, and who else was going to get their own shot? Nobody. And eventually that catches up to you, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, you wishing, hoping guys step up.
Yeah. Yeah, you hoping a PJ Washington steps up, or a Derrick Jones, or you gotta have shot creators, guys that I give the ball to you, you can go get your shot. I can run some offense through you during those dry spells when the superstars are not on the court. That's what made Boston so dangerous during their run. You had your superstars, but you had guys that Derek White. I can go get my own shot. I'm not dependent on Tatum and Brown to set me up. Porzingis is the same thing. Drew is the same. You need guys that can do that. If you want to go deep into the playoffs. I'm just saying.
Help is it the right help is essential.
Yeah, you got to have the right pieces. You got to have the right pieces. I look at a team, let's say the Miami Heat. Jimmy Butler goes down. Where is your offense coming from?
It's over with.
Yeah. Bam is a nice player, but Bam is not a shot creator. He's a very active player, but he's not a shot creator. Tyler Hero's too streaky. When Jimmy went down, that was it. That's why they were so pushing so hard last offseason to bring in Dame. We need another guy that can go get a shot. Because that's when the playoffs come, defenses lock in. You need a guy that can go get a shot. That's why if you look at the draft, I like Minnesota's first round pick, trading for that first round pick, Dillingham. He's a shorter guard. He's going to have some problems on the defensive end, but he's a guy that can go get his own shot. And Minnesota, needed that during stretches of that Mavs series. And you take Anthony Edwards away. I know what I'm getting from Cat, which is erratic as hell. I'm not getting nothing. I can't run an offense through Gobert. I like McDaniels, but I didn't think he was aggressive enough during that Mavs series. But you bring in a guy like Dillingham, he's not going to be expected to start, but he's a guy explosive, can go get his own shot. You're going to need that come playoff time. You have to be thinking playoffs. Regular season is a wash. You just try to make it through healthy. I'm I don't think seeding really means anything anymore. Like it's not like anybody has a dominant home court advantage in the league like the 80s and 90s. We're not talking like that.
Right.
Yeah, home court is subjective at best. Like, yeah, okay. Um, it ain't it ain't like playing Boston Game 7 and that stadium crushing you. Like it ain't that.
Yeah, no, I think this year's playoffs like really showed a lot of teams what you need to continue because you got young guys like Ant that had a good run, but to sustain that for a whole playoff, they realized, yo, that shit tough. And
Yeah.
I can't do it by myself if I got to get 70 just to win by two.
Hmm.
So a lot of teams really can take a good look at what you were missing because the West was wide open after the Nuggets went down. The West was like any one of them teams could have made it, and you'd have been like, "Yep, well, they did it. They knocked out the champs." But you think they coming back strong next year, or they was a flash in the pan?
Oh, Minnesota. I think Minnesota will
No,
be
no,
back.
I'm talking about the Nuggets.
I think they'll be back. I mean, as long as you have a healthy Jokic and a Murray, I think he'd be fine. The question mark I would have for Denver, we talk about guys going to get their own shots. What is Michael Porter Jr.? Does his game improve this offseason? Because that's what was missing from their playoff run. Yoke was doing his thing, Murray was doing his. Porter Jr. was like all over the place. Hold on for a second. This is a special occasion. I know I'm finna get some fire. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. I can. How you doing, Gator?
Oh, now I seen you talking shit in the chat too, Gator. I saw you.
Gentlemen, I come in peace. I come in peace. Because
Oh,
I ain't got no room to be doing all my yip like I normally do. And the last time we were together convened, speak, you was riding hard for your Celtics and you were right. So congratulations. I wanted to formally do that. Everybody else was hurt, so I'm glad they were able to
Come on, Gator.
maximize the fact that they didn't get the full breadth of the league. They didn't have to really, play and fight that hard. So good for you guys. I'm glad that you got that one. So this may be the beginning of a dynasty. Who knows? So, congratulations. Um,
I'll take it, Gator.
She landing on thick, ain't she?
Hey, she won. This is
I'm
man. I
telling
think
you,
you.
listen, Jalen. Oh my goodness! Like my goodness, they need to make him the new logo now that Jerry West is gone. Like, can we just?
Yeah, she
Oh my!
landed on super thick.
Tatum is taking everybody's sayings and just. I mean, I know y'all was glazed about that one. And then my
Man.
dog Horford, he finally got one. The dinosaur finally got one. I'm just. It's Porzingis. Like this is beautiful. A storied franchise like the Boston Celtics. Like this is
Drama. Are
this is
you going to
why
protect me?
basketball
I need protection.
Listen, this is what you asked for.
the basketball gods smiled on their favorite franchise this season, and we just gotta accept it, and we can't even hate. I'm here to congratulate. Now
Mm.
back to your storied franchise. I don't know what the hell going on over there,
Oh,
but
come on
Get
now.
get him, Gator.
y'all
Get
just
him.
doing it's shenanigans on top of shenanigans over there, man. I mean, woo!
What shenanigans now? Do you like the pick by them picking up Bronny? You like the pick?
You know what? I love it. I
Okay.
love it. As if there is not enough to talk about for your favorite player, as if there is not enough that the other players have to endure being a teammate of the greatest player in the history of the NBA. Now they've got the second generation they got to contend with. And everyone, I mean, they gonna be having their eyes on Bronny, and they gonna look at what color shoelaces he got in his LeBrons. They gonna look at how he chew his gum. They gonna see who he's sitting next to. I cannot. I'm overwhelmed with excitement for the media onslaught that we are going to get from the new coach, his Ace Boone Coon podcast buddy,
Man,
and now his son too. Like, I mean, LeBron must love the Lakers. Like, wow,
Bron is pulling all the strings on the Lakers,
he
bro. He
loves that
owned the
team.
Lakers.
Boy. He gonna just, I mean, y'all, the Rob Palinka, like Genie, like, why are they even there? Like, LeBron just doing everything.
Come
Like,
on,
oh my
they're there to cut the check. That's what they're there for, to cut the
I
check.
mean, they're gonna have to cut a lot of checks. I mean, because it's oh Lord, I don't know. Okay. But I just came up here to just congratulate Speak. This was a big one for him and the team and the fandom. So I'm happy for that. Um, the Lakers, I'm as a basketball fan, I am I'm just at the idea that
Okay.
these are going to be
Okay.
the two most talked about
We here to hate.
franchises in
We
the
here to
Southern
hate. We here to
I
hate.
hate it. I hate it.
We
I
here to hate.
absolutely hate it. Listen, the Knickerbockers added the whole Villanova championship team to their roster,
The
and we
whole
still got to
Nova.
the
Man.
damn Lakers and the Celtics.
I-
I need somebody to do something big. I need Kevin Durant to go to like Orlando. I need like
well,
I need something. We need something massive. They need to blow up Golden State. Like I need something big so that they can dominate. Because I am not putting up with the Lakers and the Celtics for this. I can't do it. I
okay.
cannot
Well, since
do
you're
it.
here, Gator, since you're here, like you
I
said
ain't here for
Kevin
long now. I ain't here for
No, I
long.
know
This
you.
is
I
a
know you
big
ain't
one.
here for long. I just got I got 3 questions, and I'm gonna run through them real quick. One is a
I don't
football
have
question.
answers.
KD, how did you like the addition of KD possibly going to Houston? That was kind of talked about a lot on draft night. KD on that Houston team. Do you like that?
No.
Okay. Paul George has been rumored, and there's been talks of Golden State pursuing Paul George. Do you like Paul George being added to the Warriors?
No. Next.
And what is this travesty or crime that you Jacksonville Jaguars fans allowed Trevor Lawrence to get that big massive contract? Speak on it.
I wouldn't have given them that much money either. So I don't know.
You guys just set your franchise back about 2 years by giving that dude all
I
that
ain't
money.
saying we did all that now, because I still think Travis Elway got it in him, right? I think he had to figure Peterson out. I think they done fit their rhythm, and I think they're gonna be
Stop,
better.
Gator, Gator.
I think they're gonna be better. Now, are they
Stop.
gonna be? I mean, listen, I understand. I see the rest of the division done got. I know Houston is up. I know Tennessee is up. I know they all up. They had to get up because they saw what Jacksonville did. So I ain't mad.
No,
It's going to
stop.
be competitive, but it's
Listen,
not going to be like what.
he got that contract based on his play at Clemson. Let's keep it a buck now. He
Listen,
ain't
I
did
mean,
he ain't did
and
nothing.
Bronny got to join the Lakers because his daddy said so. What else is going on?
Bronny was a highly rated prospect coming into the
All
college.
right, yeah. So was Trevor Lawrence. So what we doing? What are we doing right now?
I mean, but to be the highest paid quarterback and you ain't won, Jack, and your team just choked coming out.
I know good and doggone well. America, a fan of America's team, is not trying to talk about quarterback situations. Is we doing that?
Oh wow! Fight back, fight back,
Okay,
Brahma.
Is we doing that?
I'll take Dak over Trevor Lawrence any day of the week.
You what? Okay.
Oh,
Okay. All
dang!
right. Okay. So
And the
Dak and
number,
Trevor Lawrence have won the same number of Super Bowls, right?
you right, they have.
Okay. So all right. How long has Dak been in the league now?
I think Dak is going in league year 8 or 9.
Yeah, he on two hands now. All right. How long been Trevor been in the league?
Oh, are we not doing that? We
Oh, we
not.
We
Who is?
not America's team don't want to stand by their quarterback because they owners sure don't. But you don't want to stand by your quarterback.
I am standing by my quarterback. I'll take him over Trevor Lawrence any day of the week. Trevor Lawrence is wishy washy. He's more hype. He's more
Okay, I'm finna go now because we okay. All right.
more hype than production. Am I lying? More hype
More
than
hype
production.
than production. Do you know who you talking about right now?
Yes.
All right.
You want to take Dak on your team right now?
I would take Trevor Lawrence over Dak Prescott.
Oh,
Oh wow!
get it,
Damn.
girl.
Yes, I'm standing on that. Yes, I would take Trevor Elway over Dak Prescott.
Based on what?
Listen, we have more evidence. We have more
Potential?
evidence of Dak's stellar postseason play. We don't have a whole lot of postseason
I mean, I
play.
don't even know why I'm having this conversation. You guys didn't even make the playoffs last year. You choked.
Listen,
You
they
choked.
absolutely choked. Did Dallas not choke too? Y'all know how that works. Don't it happen? Don't you
we
play
had a
well in
bag.
the
We had
season
a,
and then choking
hey,
all season?
hey,
Ain't that
hey.
how that works?
Why am I even arguing? You couldn't even get in the
Ain't that how that
club
works?
last season. You couldn't even get in the club last season.
See, I could see if this was like, my homeboys fan talking to me, but you are a Cowboys fan. Got an unmitigated gall to sit up there with your quarterback going back and forth all the time. Jerry just running the team into the ground, getting rid of good guys, bringing on goofballs, and you want to try to judge Jacksonville?
I still take Dak over Trevor.
Okay, all right, you got it. Yep,
I mean,
that's right.
I don't recall Trevor Lawrence being in an MVP conversation at all last season. Did you? Maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed it.
You didn't miss it because he wasn't.
You right. He ain't
He
gonna be.
wasn't. He wasn't. But
You gave
but would you not admit though, when the urban and that disaster regime got out the way and he got under somebody that knows a little bit of something about football, wasn't the whole didn't it just seem like things got a little bit better? And they can't build on that?
well, I mean, I could say the same thing. Once we got rid of Jason Garrett, Dak played better under Mike McCarthy. What are we
Well,
saying?
that's true, but I mean, y'all still got that.
What are we saying?
Y'all got that Keebler Elf still running things into the ground. So I'm
I
like, what
mean,
y'all?
Jerry it's nothing we can do with Jerry.
I mean, that's the problem now. Like it's your owner that just don't like the team. But I mean, that's neither here nor there.
only thing we can
Because
hope for is him going into cardiac arrest and going mute.
I ain't gonna put it on
Damn.
him, man. All I'm gonna say is Dallas and Jacksonville are arguably in the same spot. They
No,
both got overpaid
we're
quarterbacks, and
we
we're
are
gonna
a
see which
favorite.
one is
We
gonna
are a
come out.
favorite. We are a
Y'all been a
favorite.
favorite since 1997.
See, I was see we not see now you throwing
You've been a favorite
jabs.
since 1997.
I mean, but it's funny. I love arguing with Cowboys haters because they can always remember our Super Bowl wins, but they can't talk about their own.
Jacksonville
Fight
didn't
back.
even enter the league
Fight
until
back,
like
Gator.
98. So like this what I'm talking about. Like, see, he can speak from a position of like lobbing it because the Celtics basically they done got them some, they're a storied franchise. They can
Now,
speak to
see how she trying to dance now. Like you guys are celebrating division titles. Let's
that. I mean,
let's keep it in proper
listen,
perspective here.
I didn't bring up football. You brought it up. I came in here in peace. Didn't I lead with that? I think that's what I said. But maybe,
It's always peace, Gator. Come on, Gator.
maybe,
It's always
maybe,
peace.
maybe the Bronny excitement done got you like amped up or something. I don't know. You need to get some Gatorade, calm down. Y'all ain't winning nothing up with that. You could add Bryce. Now Bryce would have been up for y'all. But I
I
mean,
think Bryce is going to
you
be a
got
better
this.
player. I think Bryce will be a better player than
Bryce is
Brown.
way better. Like I would love to see, Bryce. If Bryce was on there, I'd pick y'all for a favorite in the West.
Oh
But
wow.
you got Bronny, and listen, it's a cute story. It'll make a great Hallmark movie. It'll be a wonderful history lesson for the babies on Black History Month. But
No, he's not going to make a impact this season. I can totally agree with
excuse me,
that.
who's his father?
His father's LeBron. Listen,
So you don't think LeBron gonna be looking at some of them guys like, listen, Bronny gonna get him some minutes. You don't think he gonna bully JJ into putting that boy in the game so they can be passing
I,
out like they do when they
I
play in
think
their driveway?
if LeBron does that, you're doing more harm than good because it's
No,
going to be.
Brian doing that. He gonna be like,
You
hey
think
JJ, you know what
that's
it
exactly
is.
what he gonna do. He gonna highlights of his son lobbing him ducks and all this kind of stuff. Because they're gonna put it in their family album or put it on YouTube or something. I don't know.
I,
But they gotta have that in the history book. I guess
I
they
think
going for the new NBA logo. Father,
no,
son, whatever. I just
no.
okay.
I mean, listen. They've already put out a commercial. They've already put out a commercial.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
I'm gonna pull it up because you have to. It's a nice commercial.
I don't care.
I know you don't. I thought it was nice. But if he forces Bronny into the lineup like that to where he's getting quality minutes, you're doing him a disservice. If he hasn't earned it,
You will not convince me if the Lakers, whenever they play Detroit, Bronny not gonna get minutes against them. You can't tell me that that's not gonna happen.
if he gets trash time minutes that will go to any 10 to 11 player,
Oh no, I see him in the second unit.
I don't see that.
You
No,
don't?
no,
Oh, okay. You
no.
don't know your Lord and Savior as well as I thought you did.
No, I can. You can't justify putting him in the second unit now. Not
You
now.
can't
No.
justify drafting them to the team, but here we are.
Well, it's yeah. Well,
Here we are.
the counter argument like he
You
was a
tell me we start in the G League. He just got to get him the roster spot.
well. I said he started. So you must have missed the first part of it. I said he starts. I think Bronny starts off in the G League, eventually makes the main roster at some point during the season. But I think
Oh,
he
okay.
starts. I think he starts in the G League. I don't think when I look at the Lakers roster, I don't see him getting any kind of quality minutes from any of those guys. He's not starting. He's not going to be part of the second unit.
Well, what kind of coach? Okay, then what kind of coach you think JJ finna be?
That remains to be seen. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I didn't like them hiring JJ. I thought they should have made a run at Monty Williams since he was
I would have.
available.
I was like, Monty just out here chilling. Like, I mean, he's not that far removed from coach of the year, but okay,
They
Yeah.
could have went and got Udoka. That would have been good.
that would have been a good look. Sure would have, but okay.
Udoka's coaching in Houston right now, so
Oh, he is in Houston. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, he's got a job. But I
Suffice
thought
it to
Monty
say,
Williams would have been a good pick.
it's a plethora of other coaches that Kalinga
I
could
would have
have
hired
just told
Stan
Brian to
Patel.
shut up and let him pick him, but he had to get his podcast buddy. So they're gonna be on there breaking down words on the podcast. It's gonna be the cross promotion is finna be magnificent. Boy, I tell you what.
JJ said he's not doing the podcast now since he's become the head coach. The optics of it. I was surprised that
How long you
JJ,
give him?
huh?
How long do you give JJ to be the coach of the Lakers?
2 seasons.
What would constitute success for the Lakers this year with this lineup, this head coach?
It's only one thing that constitutes success for the Lakers, and that's championship or bust.
Okay.
I mean, that's the mentality. That's the mentality. That's the mentality now. That's the mentality. When you have AD, if he's healthy, and that's always a big if with his ass. You have LeBron James. Your mindset has to be championship or bust. It can't be we want to get out the first round. That's not how the Lakers. That's You might be talking about that team across the town, the Clippers. That's not the Lakers. Lakers mindset, the championship or bust. That's
But
how
you
you
can't do y'all can't do that now because you keep forgetting that every year LeBron gets older, and
Right.
Father Time ain't no joke.
He's undefeated.
He is undefeated, but I think LeBron is doing a good
Right.
good
You
job.
see what he did speak? I said, what do the Lakers do? Not what LeBron does. I'm just okay. So
I
if
think
LeBron doesn't, he's not winning any more
the Lakers.
championships.
Based off last season, I think the Lakers have had they not played Denver in the first round, they could have got out the first round.
Probably.
I mean,
But we don't speak in probabilities. We talk about what happened. So
yeah, I mean, but my thoughts this season, you bring in JJ. I don't think the Lakers' mindset is we're shooting for the 8th seed. Like, no, we're trying to
But why can't they do that?
I don't like the roster composition, and I don't, D'Angelo Russell. I'm glad he's gone. They should have traded his ass when they had a chance.
I'm just listening. We got two super fans of the two most winningest franchises. One's in a really good spot. The other's in a really
I'm in a good spot too. I'm in a good spot too. I like my team's prospects this season just like I do any other season. Now, do I think they're a favorite in the West? I'm gonna be honest. No. I mean, but when you look at the West, all those teams, you can make an argument for Denver being the best. You can make an argument.
Everybody down, but we back up, so it's okay. You right. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, you can make an argument for about 6 teams in the West for being the best team. You can make a strong argument for all of them. I think the Lakers, can be in that conversation. I mean,
y'all need Paul George.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go as far as Paul George. We do need a consistent shot.
Y'all need Kyrie.
I want a Kyrie. I want a Kyrie. DeMar DeRozan will be a nice addition.
Listen. I agree. Y'all should go back with what's the boy name who y'all got rid of? Ball, he hurt, but I mean, he would have like y'all had a lot of pieces. Y'all just didn't have no patience. So
Well, you bring in LeBron James at the advanced age that he came into the Lakers. You have to kind of accelerate those. But I look at Phoenix. Phoenix was a young team. They bring in KD. Now they look like old.
I don't know what happened. You talk about a team that just
One
Well,
ball. It's only one ball.
yeah,
right.
yeah.
You kind of like Dosh. You got goofy takes, but they be right sometimes. So like,
Yeah. I didn't like
but
Bradley
you're
Beal.
right on your point. So I got to give you that. But I'm
Yeah.
gonna close with this because it's just this.
Now,
I will
you
say
team Nuggets
that
now. What's going on with Porter Jr.? Do you guys do you
we
have faith in
listen.
him?
I that is another conversation for another night because tonight is about coming in peace to congratulate. I say, listen, this is how I'm going to end it. Congratulations to the Boston Celtics. Their championship run to me was very reminiscent of that bubblegum ring run that the Lakers was on.
Oh my word.
So, I think it is so fitting, so
See. Are
wonderful
we doing that? Are we doing that?
that these
What?
two franchises, the winningest in the NBA, have these book-ended championships that they got when everybody was hurt, when
Mm-hmm.
everybody was down, and they
Mm-hmm.
were playing people on one leg with one arm. I
Mm.
hope, for the sake of the game, that everybody else sees what happened from that bubblegum ring to this ain't nobody else was left standing ring, and that will motivate everybody to just come on back to the table so that they can compete like the two of y'all's. And with that, I say good night.
Good night, Gator.
Man, let me tell you something. Gator, before you get out of here, I got one thing to say to you, girl. We did it.
Congratulations. I'm so proud of y'all. Listen, everybody watching from Cancun in their hospital bed was rooting for them. So y'all got it. Bye, y'all.
All right,
Bye.
Gator.
And Gator, I know you're still listening. It's gonna be a long football season for you because I'm gonna make sure I take extra special time to break down them Jaguars games and your boy. What you call that man, Trevor Elway? Come on.
Yeah, we gonna have to jump her. Yeah, I can't wait this season. I'm gonna be watching all that. I'm buying league pass just for their game.
Oh, speaking of league pass, did you hear? I said I was going to end it off with some NFL news. You know that the NFL just lost a lawsuit for about 4 point. I want to say it was $4.7 billion for antitrust for that NFL. Remember they used to have the NFL ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost. Matter of fact, hold on. I'll pull it up because you guys got to hear this because it's $4.7 billion. But you also, with antitrust, it could be tripled. So we could be talking around about $14 billion. Let me pull this up. You got to hear this story before we get up out of here.
Damn. That's bread. That's Taylor Swift bread.
Yeah, and it's not just I don't know how many people ordered NFL ticket back in the day. You could be in line for some money, because they But I'll let the story play because it came across as was kind of like big news on the NFL waiver wire and stuff. But here we go.
Class action lawsuit against the National Football League alleging price fixing in violation of the federal antitrust laws as it relates to the cost of Sunday ticket. Remember, making the price higher than it needed to be so that consumers would choose to just stick with the CBS and Fox games they were getting in their local area. Let's protect our relationship with CBS and Fox by making Sunday tickets so expensive that people will be more likely to not get it. That ends up being, in the opinion of the jury, a violation of the antitrust laws. And Megan Cuniff has been all over this, freelance journalist. And this is where, as you'll hear coming up, I'm not going to get into what we already talked about, but we saw a tweet from her that suggested this was not going well for the NFL because basically the jury was asking for a calculator. The jury wanted information that would help it ultimately determine the damages to be paid. Here is the ultimate number. The jury ordered the NFL to pay $96 million in damages to the commercial establishments that were in this massive class action of 2.4 million plaintiffs, and $4 billion to the residential class, the folks like you and me who have been paying for Sunday Ticket for years at a rate higher than under the antitrust laws, as interpreted, applied, and enforced by this jury, it should have been. So,
I'm a pause there. Speak thoughts.
Damn. Greed. Greed is a motherfucker, bro. Like, listen. How was they overcharging? Like, I want to know, like what was the price that they was charging cats for it, and why was it so high? When don't no sport gross more money than football.
Exactly.
But damn. What your thoughts?
Well, I don't. Here's the thing. That's the losses. How does that break down? Because the NFL ticket was I want to say at times offered on several cable providers during the time it was out there. How do you determine? Because I was one of those people that had NFL ticket back in the day, but I only had it for one season because I was like, this is too much, and they came out with the NFL Red Zone and all kind of other packages. But how do you determine who gets what? I mean, the number sounds bad, and when we're talking about antitrust, like it could end up being triple the $4.7 billion. But how you determine who gets what? Because you're talking about the residential sector is getting the big chunk of it in the commercial sector, and this lawsuit was actually brought about from I want to say it was a restaurant that felt like they was getting overcharged for this, and they was the ones that kind of got the ball rolling on this.
So what? Their chain? They had a chain of restaurants that had to purchase it, or it was just like one restaurant that was like, "Yo, this is way too high."
It was, I think it was one restaurant. It wasn't a chain. It was like one restaurant that kind of got the ball rolling on this. And like this, it hasn't made a lot of noise. 'Cause I want to say the story broke that this lawsuit was actually had some legs and was actually in court for real about 2 weeks ago. My thing with this is that how do you determine what do you pay back to the customer? And the NFL is I'm not surprised because the NFL is greedy, and it's not. Here's like the thing. Like, I'm not mad at them for being greedy because you have a product that is so popular that you can. I don't want to say I'm siding with the league, but I get it because you can charge what you want. Like, you have the Sunday packages still, to call it the Sunday ticket now. You have the deal with Amazon where they're got rights to certain games and streaming, like I want to say it's like the Thursday night games that Amazon has and nobody. I mean, you finding ways to make money. They're about to start dipping into a Netflix deal coming up. I mean, with how do you determine that you was overcharging for something, and it's your product? But then again, if you lose and it's gone to appeals, the ninth, I want to say it's the Ninth Circuit, who they normally go to when it comes to legal matters with the NFL. How do you tell, like Ms. VS said, you doing all this to give me $5 back?
They might not even give you $5. They might just say, you know what, you get NFL ticket for the next 10 years for free. That'll equate to we're gonna drop the price, give it to you for 10 years for free, and that'll equate to the balance of the settlement.
Yeah, it's like and I look at trickle down, like NBA has something kind of like that. We looking at the antitrust being used against the NBA when it comes to some of the stuff that they do, like having their stuff on prime premium program, selected program that you have to pay X amount of dollars. Like I never thought about how much it was, because it was something that I was kind of like, do you get mad at HBO and Cinemax for charging, or Showtime what they charge for what they're providing? Like, do you get mad and say it's too high?
Yeah, how did they? That's what I want to know. Like, how did it was like what 100, well, like $80 for
I
the
don't know.
season, or $160, something like that.
It's like 80 some dollars. When I had it was like 80 about $80 or $90 to have it.
Right
Um,
now, but so how do they say? How did they come to the? What benchmark did they say? All right, no, that's too high for 16 games. Like, what type time is you on? Like, how did they get to that point?
I don't know. I have to do some more. Like I said, the verdict just came out today, so I'll do a follow up on it. Once I kind of determine how they came up with this number, but I'm like, yeah, I hate to say I'm siding with the owners, but I mean, you have the right to charge what you want for your product. People have the right to say yes or no.
Yeah, you don't have to buy it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It wasn't like you if you didn't buy the package, you couldn't watch no NFL games. No, you bought the package because you wanted to have access to more games that were that wasn't in your local area. People that live in that live close to a sports team understand what I'm talking about. You was kind of forced to watch at whatever the closest NFL team to your market was. You was kind of like the stuck watching their games, on top of the other national games. But you could, it's like when you see the lineup for Fox and CBS, they say, maybe in your local area, but these are the 4 games we're gonna be broadcasting it at 1:00. You might, damn, that's a good game, but it's not in my area, so I'm not gonna be able to watch it. NFL ticket allows you to do that. I don't. I'm curious. I'm curious to see if it makes it past appeals. I'm curious to see if it makes it past appeals, though.
Yeah, no, I really like it. Yeah, if you could look into it and see like how they came about with that, to
Yeah.
even see if it's fair or not. Like, fair is fair and unfair is unfair. So how they came about determining you overcharging for this product is what I want to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's it right there. Like, that's interesting though. Like, that's a lot of bread that they say, yeah, get that up. And hopefully Taylor Swift come to some more Chiefs games this year so y'all can recoup that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Right when I'm talking to you, and it was from the Sunday ticket package that DirecTV had from 2011 to 2022. This lawsuit was actually filed back in 2015 by the Mucky Duck Sports Bar. And the lawsuit claimed that the league and its teams conspired to give DirecTV a legal. You had to get the Sunday ticket. DirecTV was the only people offering it. And that's how they kind of got him with the antitrust thing.
Oh, yeah, that's for, so if they'd have made it available for all cable stations or providers, then they would have been cool.
Yeah. It says before YouTube got because YouTube has the package now. They got it back in 2023. It used to be the package now sells for $349 per year.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whoa. So was the price going up and down, like depending on where you are in the season, or did the price?
It changed, but like you said, if you wanted that package, you had to have DirecTV. So it was like they had a partnership with DirecTV only. So no other cable provider had access to that package. And that's why they got it with the antitrust, the antitrust thing. Because if it had been offered to all cable providers, I don't think we would be having this conversation. But,
yeah, so that's like helping DirecTV more than anybody else, because we can carry some of the games, but we can't get this deal that they getting, and that's going to up their revenue as opposed to ours. Yeah, okay.
So but it was a sports bar back in 2015 that filed the initial lawsuit, and we're here with it now, which is crazy. Crazy. I mean, but I'm surprised they still selling this kind of package, man, because how streaming services and all that kind of stuff works, who the hell needs it now?
Yeah, I ain't used it in about 5 or 6 years. Like I can find all of the games that I want to watch, out of network.
Yeah.
But shout out to everybody who paid for it. Y'all got a little something come back.
Okay, I'm about to look. They've already immediately appealed. Nothing else has come out of. I'm curious to see, like I said, how once it gets through appeals, does it stay at that same number? Does it go up? Do they dismiss it at the Ninth Circuit? We'll see. I don't know if this is going to stick, but we'll see. I'll keep y'all updated on it. But that's a lot of goddamn bread, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of people too, though. Like they gonna have to look at who is that? DirecTV. Look at their base and who all had subscriptions for it. It's gonna be a lot of people like, yeah, I had it. Let me get that.
I mean, because like I haven't had DirecTV in God knows how long. Like, once I got a Fire Stick, that was pretty much it for me with me.
Yeah,
and cable.
over with. Cable, period. Like, take your box, take everything, just leave the modem.
Yeah, like it got to the point I was like, yeah, you can have your goddamn modem. I'll buy my own. Your shit's out there. Let me get some other shit. But I'm curious to see, like you said, yeah, Miss VS, it was an addition to your bill. DirecTV was in one cheap. I think I was paying about with Direct, I was paying about $100 a month. Easy. And that was without a whole lot of premium additional channels.
Yeah, just regular. And they was probably up in their joint. Like, yeah, you want DirecTV now? Check it out. We got this adding this $20 to the bill because we got access to the NFL joint. So yeah, they was cooking them books. So yeah, we gonna see how it pay out, man. I want to know what the people going to get though.
Yeah, I'll keep y'all updated on it and see, if it sticks, what people who had that service can expect to possibly get in damages. I'm not, we're talking about, I want to say it was like 96 million customers like that. If you think you finna get a huge come up, pump your brakes. Pump your brakes.
No, you probably get a refund of what you paid for it. Each year you paid for it, and that's it. So
do you even go with the refund? Do you even say we're just gonna give you a refund because you actually got a service? Now maybe we give you a little something back on it, but you actually was paying for a service that you got. Now we just happen to be overcharging you like hell, but you still got a service.
Yeah, they might give you the difference of what the national average, quote unquote, should have been for that, and then refund you the difference, probably something like that. I don't know. Maybe they just send you a couple T-shirts. Your favorite team.
That might be how they do it. Like, hey man, we'll throw in a Patrick Mahomes jersey for you Chiefs fans. This.
They're gonna send everybody Taylor Swift shirts in the album.
Lord have mercy, Lord. But let me get my ass up on out of here, man. Any closing words for the people?
Nah, man. Let's you got other business tomorrow. I got that list coming out. You good?
Speak now. I'll be game ready, but you don't got a lot of folks in a lot of trouble, man.
I know. That's why I like. You got this list.
You got these folks thinking this is a goddamn conspiracy. This is an infiltration list. We just happen to want to post for. Like, what the?
Is that this a cabal?
Yeah, this is when she said that, I was like, come. I had to hit the link. I was like, come on, like, chick, this is a joke. You think we working together and we're just gonna be like, yeah, this is the list. Who's next up? Like, no.
Yeah, that's prime real estate over there that we all want. No, I don't know, Dodge, but yeah, it's good. All right, so I guess the list will drop just before your show. I already know what I'm going to get from you, so yeah, that's when the list will be out. You at 8?
No, I'm in my normal bat time, 10 o'clock.
It's gonna have to drop at around 8 then. So 8 o'clock tomorrow, the list will drop, and yeah, let's keep this thing going. I'm out, Doc.
I'm gonna be first up. They were like, yeah, his stock is up. He's next. He's next.
He on the way. I'm out, Doc.
All right, Speed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Spot, man. Come on, they own too tight. They see it. The folks see it ghost, man. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. I mean, I heard all kind of crazy commentary. Like, yeah, they be having secret. Me, how the hell is this secret? It's on stream, y'all on the YouTube. Like, what the? I got to be first up after the new list drops. Lucky me. But anyway, appreciate y'all coming out, man. Had a great time tonight, man. Great show. Like I said, if you missed the beginning of the show, housekeeping. Will be some shows next week, but with the 4th being next week, brother might, kind of switch things up, rearrange some things. But we'll be putting stuff out the week after that, of course. We'll be diving real hard into the NFL, getting ready for the new season coming up with that. So just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. It's always appreciated. Like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down, and all that good stuff. If I miss you, I miss you. You blame it on the mind, not the heart. And y'all have a good rest of your week. For most of y'all, I'll see y'all tomorrow. End you off with the phrase that pays around here. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but every time you learn. And I'm out.